All right, welcome back. Before we get started, hit that like button and subscribe. All right, welcome back, man. It is another Saturday. There's a lot of topics to talk about. If you have extra money, man, if you have extra money, get the supplies that's going to help you out, man. Get the supplies. Get some extra food. Get some extra water. It won't hurt to have extra water, extra food in your pantry. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you, or maybe all of you, may have witnessed or even read about or even viewed what's taking place in New York City. And the flash floods. You have cars submerged in water. You have subways flooded, non-operational. You have people that are basically trapped inside of their apartment complex. As of today, they still have a flood warning until 12 noon. So they're going to have to wait until that water subsides, man. This is why it's good to have your supplies on hand. Now, what if you were in that situation and they tell you, oh, you can't use your toilets, your plumbing. You can't drink the water. What are you going to do? That's why it's always good to have supplies on hand. And then another thing to have on hand, man. Get yourself some of these camping bags. This is what I do. This is what I have in my little emergency. Sometimes when I'm on the road, man, I take a couple of these bags with me, man. And what this is, it's basically a waste, solid waste, liquid waste that you put into a bucket, 5-gallon bucket. And it has substance in there, a gel substance, looks like sugar, salt, and once the liquid or solids make contact, it will gel up, and you will keep them fumes, you will keep anything, all the content will gel up, and it will stay in the bag. And this bag is leak proof unless you really try to tear it open. But yeah, and then you would basically put it in the bucket and fold it down on the bucket like so. I purchased this from Walmart for about $13.99. You do get 6 bags inside of the box. They also sell those little toilet seats that you can put on a 5-gallon bucket. And they use these when you go camping, man. I use them. I've been picking up boxes of these, man. Because you never know. Look at New York City, man. What if they can't use their toilets? You do. Stuff everything down in there, man. Seal that sucker up and then dispose of it accordingly. All the solid waste is gelled up inside of that bag, man. So that's just something that you can add to your preps. If you don't want to purchase that, they do make the bulk boxes of the gel. And you got to get yourself some bags, some leak-proof bags, man, and keep that in your inventory. Also in the news, man, the UAW they're still on strike. No deal yet. And you also have Ford warning that, let's get into this article. This is out of Fox Business. It says Ford warns extended UAW strikes could result in up to 500,000 supplier employee layoffs. It says after United Auto Workers expanded its strike against Ford on Friday, the automaker warned that hundreds of thousands of employees' jobs could be at stake if the work sabotage goes on for too long. This is just more fuel, man. Just just more fuel, man. 500,000 people or employees could be at risk of being laid off, man. It's just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Also in the news, we have this is I think it's good. You have Costco selling gold bars, and they are selling out within a few hours. I'm not sure if some of you may have read about what's taking place with the BRICS nation, and they're backing up. They're trying to form this, I wouldn't say alliance, but they're trying to have something that's backed by gold. You have a lot of countries, China, India, a lot of countries are stocking up on gold, man, which is not a bad thing to have, man. And you have Costco selling gold bars. I think when this article came out, the price for an ounce of gold was $1,900, man, and they were going like hotcakes. So if you're into gold, and you're a Costco member, hey, check out their website, man, and get yourself some gold, man. Get yourself some gold. This is something that I'm doing. I've been stacking silver for a while now, man. I purchased from SD Bullion, and I also purchased from JM Bullion, man. They seem like they are the most authentic sites that I know of, man. But when you purchase gold over, gold, you got to make sure when you purchase the gold, they're going to send it FedEx, and a signature is required. So if you're out there and you're a stacker looking for gold and silver, and you're a Costco member, get yourself some gold. I think the price right now fell under $1,900. I didn't check it as of today, but it was approximately $18.76 an ounce for an ounce of gold. And you can check on SD Bullion, or you can go to JM Bullion. Get yourself some silver, man. Get yourself some silver. I purchased my first 10-ounce bar I purchased, man. It was back in 2019. 2019 I purchased it, and it was approximately 100, and I think it was 61 or 81 $81. Now that same 10-ounce they want, depending on the price, last time I checked, it was $265 for 10-ounce bar of silver. But that's what I do, man. I want the real stuff. But that's what I'm doing, man. Also in the news, if you're in California, you're in the fast food business, the governor just signed the minimum wage to $20. So now you're going to have McDonald's employees, Burger King employees making $20 an hour. Most people say, oh, that's nothing. That's California. But still, man, it's going to raise the price. They're going to pass it down to the consumer. Listen, man, I was driving somewhere and I went to a rest stop. I think it was some rest stop, man. Matter of fact, it wasn't a rest stop. It was a travel center up north. Was it Maryland? Somewhere along Maryland and somewhere along that line. I stopped at a Burger King, and it was my wife and my son. So we were gonna get some Burger King. Listen, man, I had a $50 bill. I told him to go in there, get us, a meal. He had to come back out and get more money because he could not purchase 3 meals with $50. I'm talking about 2 Whopper meals and whatever he wanted for $50, man. Each meal was $17.98. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you're going to live in California, and you're going to have employees making $20, your Whopper meal is going to cost you maybe $25, man. And don't get the large. So everybody is jumping around and congratulating this and that, man, but it's going to hit your pockets. Like I said before, man, everything is changing, man. Everything is changing. Also in the news, man, this is out of Florida, man. If you ever been to the movies, right? We're not talking about 20 years ago. Well, you can say 20 years ago. If you've been to the movies 20 years ago and you go to the movies now, you're going to see a totally big change in how they operate. Now you can purchase your tickets online and pick out your seats, which is convenient, you know. So you had a couple that had picked out their seats. You had a 60-year-old gentleman who picked out 2 seats. And this was at an AMC theater in Florida. So he went to the movies. He checked in. He went to go get his VIP seats. And he found that there was another couple sitting in his reserved seats. So he kindly asked the gentleman, and I'll leave the link on where you can read this article, these are his seats that he had reserved. So the other gentleman, which was a 26-year-old man, got agitated that he was asking him to get up from his seats, his reserved seat, so he can sit down, you know? The guy got agitated because he was asking him that, hey, look, this is my seat. I got these online, you know. Can I, I have these reserved. So the guy got agitated and started beating on him. It's a 26-year-old man beating on a 60-year-old man. Beating him up because he asked him, could he get his seats? And this is just another example how society is just changing, man. Instead of the guy getting up and saying, okay, I'm sorry. Because I see it. I see it when I go to the football game. You have some people that go in and they look around, they sit in there, they sit in the seats that they bought. But after a while, as the game continues, they look around, they see empty seats that, maybe somebody didn't sit in. They will go down in those seats and move around and sit there. I witnessed that myself. Last time I've been through the movies was maybe a couple of months ago, and I witnessed people sitting in other people's seats, but never turned into an altercation. They would just get up and then go to another section. But in this case, it beat the man up. Beat the man up because he wanted his seats that he paid for. This is just another prime example on how society is changing. You can't even sit down and go to the movies, man. It's time to get some training in if you haven't done so. Time to take some self-defense classes. Because if you're out there, man, and you just skipping along and with your earbuds in, man, and you're not paying attention, you may become a victim. So it's time for you to snap out of it. It's time for everyone to snap out of it. Look around and see what's going on, man. You got New York City. I've almost put the S in it. But yeah, being flooded out, man. So it's a lot of things taking place, man. You can only control your area. Get some training in. Do what you got to do, man. And I'm out. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.